from Joolsedesigns at JT Creations. So welcome to my channel. So from the last video, these were the tags we made. Now what I've done with them now is I've made like accordion tags. So we'll open this. So I put two together and then we put some paper in for journaling. And it just makes them so pretty. I've finished them off. I have to tie the bow upside down so that I get the tails the right way. Can't always tie a bow. And if you're going to tie a bow and it's going to go wonky, it'll do it on video. Right, okay, it didn't. So I've done that. And I did this one again. And it's just A4 dyed paper. Really, where that's spread out there, I would have liked that on, well, no, that's the right way, because that opens out that way. And then you can turn it over and you can journal on that way. And that one was just a smaller one. So I've got some, I carried on making the book page tags. That one I did, and I did one with just coffee dyed paper. I've stitched around them. I stitched around there, so that's a pair. That one I did, and I put some butterflies on, and I did that one. So I've got this one that I'm still decorating, and we've got a dandelion, because I've got a dandelion kit coming out, and this is part of the dandelion paper. And again, I just did a coffee dyed printed tag. I stitched around it in brown and went up and down that edge a few times. So what I want is, I want this. This was just a die cut that I dipped in ink. I would have liked it a little bit darker. And I'm going to try and make it a little bit darker without dipping it and wetting it. And so I'm using aged mahogany. And I'm just pouncing it on, hoping that it'll darken it down. And I think it has. Okay, is that enough to, yeah, that's enough for it to stand out on there. And the little, you know, the little bits, the little seed, I've got 3 of them. There we are. And I've got a little label that says "Once Upon a Dream." I've got a photograph that's sepia, and I'm just edging it with aged mahogany. I think I'm going to put some book page around it, and I've got a butterfly that's kind of on that colour scheme. Now what I need is, I need a wet wipe. Just to wipe this up. Not that it makes any difference. Okay. Then we'll just dry it. So I'm just wondering if, right, so I'm going to put this one down first. I'm going to put the dandelion bit down first. I'm just putting a spot And these have got little hearts. I've got some with just sort of like little round shapes coming off them, but I quite like these, the little heart-shaped ones. And we're going to put it there. Okay. And then these are a little bit harder because they're fiddly. Yeah. Right, so my glue's, when it gets warm, my glue seems to liquefy a little bit, which kind of helps with this because I can dab it. Makes a mess of my fingers. Yeah, we'll put that up there. Now I'll leave the label and the butterfly till last. Now what I want is, I want this. Now do I want that there with that underneath? And I think this book page is quite, just rip that. And again, I'm just edging this in the aged mahogany as well. Just matches a little bit. Put the straight edge up there. Yep. Yep. And we'll put that there. And finally coming to an end. And use that little bit of glue that, and lift that up a little bit. No, I want the whole thing on. And the butterfly, no, I'm going to have it all in this corner. Just feel as if I need something up there, but no, I'm not. I'm not. And I'm just mopping up any bits of glue. And I'm just putting a little black line there. Now I did have a little love heart somewhere, but I must have Don't know what I've done with it. And there we have it. So the pink bit goes on the back. I've got cream and lilac ribbon. And then what we do for, put that over there. I'll let that one dry a bit because these have been doing for a while. So I've got copy dyed paper here. Okay, and all I do, it's an A4. I fold it in half, and I want it on like an accordion, so I just fold it back again, turn it over, and just match that edge up to that. And that should fit in there, and it fits in there quite well. And then I'll just pull that down. I mean, you could have it shorter if you wanted. You could do 2. In fact, that's what we'll do. So I'm folding that in half. I'm going to trim that along here. Okay, so there we've got our concertina bit there, and it's ideal for writing on. So we want it to go on that one because when we open it, we want it to be like that. So how I do that, so that you can open it at the back, I just fold it over, not quite halfway, and then fold it back, fold it over, and then fold it back. Now these are the bits that I glue, and I just use a glue stick. Don't use anything. If you want, you can use you know, your normal PVA glue or your Fabri-Tac or whatever. And then that's going to be the front. So then what I do is I turn the front over and I place that just where I want it. And just making sure it's not too far over the edges. I've got glue on my fingers. Then what I do is I take this and I just glue that. And then what I do is I just match the 2 tags up like that. Okay, then I put the ribbon round and we tie it. Now if you don't want the ribbon outside, you can put the ribbon inside, and that's what we'll do on this next one. So again, that's the open. So I just want, there's no measurements, it's just kind of your finger to your first knuckle deep. There's no rules, you don't have to have any measurements. I know I get a lot of people asking me for measurements, and I understand that when you first start doing anything like this, measurements is a big thing, but until you get confident in doing it, and then you can sort of like go off what you feel is the script. So that's that one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the ribbon in there, and I'm going to use don't know whether to use that or whether to use like a deeper purple. No, I'm going to use that one. And all I do is I stick that in with tape. When I find my tape that I've been using, there it is. And it's just double-sided tape. So I decide where I want my bow, which is there. So then I put my tape on. Oops. Might not be exactly in the right place. I can use the script on the book for the straight line, because I'm not that great at doing straight lines. And then I really burnish that in. I use my nail. And then that little flap that comes over, I just tuck there. And then I just put a couple of dots. Just for extra stick. And what you have to do is you have to guess how long it'll take, you know, for a ribbon, to tie a ribbon. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it very wrong. And there we are. So that's on there, and I will cut that. It's better to have too much than not enough. I've had not enough a few times. Then what we do here is obviously that has to open up that way. And if you wanted, you could put the full page down. I still don't put the full page down. I just turn it over. In fact, what I'll do is I'll turn it over, do it halfway. And then that's easy for the people that like a measurement. So fold it halfway. And remember, it's this bit that's going to go on. So we take that there. And because you've got ribbon or whatever you've used, ribbon's flat, so it's all right. If you use twine, I would put your twine outside. And what I am going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on there as well. I'm going to fold that back in there. I'm going to pull the ribbons out. And again, I'm just matching the two tags, the front and the back. And if they don't match exactly, don't worry about it. And then there we are. If I tie it upside down, I get the tails of the ribbon in the perfect place. I don't know why. It's probably just the way I tie my ribbon. And I maybe need to learn to tie it a different way, but I can't. It's just the way I've been taught. I know a lot of people do the bunny ears and I can't. Not when I'm tying it around some, then I can't. I've got an aversion to bunny ears, so there we are. So we'll just put that there. Right, now we're going to decide, I think we'll have the cream ribbon on this one. And I want it about there, so I'm going to take off the ribbon I got from eBay, and I used to go to a warehouse called Flower Scene and Country Baskets here in the UK when I did wedding stationery and wedding fairs. So I decide where I want my, and again I want it at the bottom, I don't want it in the middle. So again, I just do exactly the same. Just make sure it's really burnished down. little tail that's hanging over. Put there. And oh, a bit of glue. A bit of glue always helps. And then the middle of the ribbon. And tie it in a bow. That one's not very tight, but there we are. Now we've got this one. This one's dried a little bit, and I'm not sure if I want cream ribbon or pink ribbon. I've got these ribbons in all colours. I think that's pretty, but I've got some creamier ribbon here. It's more like a pale lemon. But I don't want that. Now I'm going to go back for that pink. I'm going to make it look pretty. Quite like that. It's like a corally pink. And I'm just opening it. And I used this ribbon in my album making days as well. I used to do albums. I used to do a lot of baby albums. Everybody wanted baby albums. Alright, so what I want is, and I've got some pink avocado dyed paper here. So again, fold it in half. And fold it back over so that the two edges are level. It's always, and if you wanted, you could have as many A4 bits of paper as you wanted. You could have this concertina accordion, you know, really long. Now this one I'm going to do a little bit deeper, so I'm taking it up to the where the tag comes in at the tag shape. So I'm just like that. And what I am going to do is I'm going to ink the edges on here, because that looks nice as well. More so these side ones. Get some more aged mahogany. That's better. And we'll do some on the top and the bottom. Okay, so we want that to open up like that, and it looks quite nice. Do we want these? If you wanted them so that you could keep separate pages, it's up to you. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to make sure that the tops are raining this morning. My poor little dog normally does the school run with our granddaughters, but it's raining, so She's 13, she's getting old, she doesn't like going out in the rain, even though she's got a little coat. Okay, so that's that, so we want that to open that way. So again, I'm going to put the the ribbon on the inside. Now it's decided where I want the ribbon to fasten on this one. I still think we'll have it on the bottom. Quite like it on the bottom. And then what you can do is you can stick that onto your page. You could either stick it on that way and have a pocket behind it, or that way, or stick it fully. And what I will do is I will put it, I will put one of them in a journal to show you what it's like. So again, just because I've done so many, I'm kind of guessing now. You kind of get the gist of it once you've done a few. And oh, no, it's not going to. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue stick over the top of it. Okay. Yep. Put that in the bin. Then we want that. And I mean, if you don't, the reason I fold it, it's so that when you open the back part of it, I'll show you, it just automatically has a crease, so it opens. Just makes it a little bit easier. And again, and then do this one. And I showed you to pull it off and do it. I've done it this way a few times and gone over the crease. And if you go over the crease, you have problems when you're opening it. So sometimes you have to leave it open to dry. And then I just match the two tag shapes together. Now, right, so we open it like that. Now when you open it at the back, because we've creased it, when you pull it, it'll automatically go to that crease, which makes it easier and a lot more neater. So that's why we put a crease in. And that's the only reason we put the crease in. And I'm going to tie this again upside down. So we make a loop, bring it round, thread it through, and pull the two loops. That's how I learned to fasten my laces when I was a kid. So there we are. So we have the three that we've done on camera. We've got the ones that we did off camera. Well, these we did the actual tags on camera. We didn't make the books, but these were the last camera days. So we've got these. So now what journal am I going to put it in? Am I going to put it in the daisy one? Which one are we going to put in the daisy one? I should have that fastened. Now you can fit them in these pockets. They look quite nice. But what I want to do is I want to put one on and I want a pocket behind. So which one am I going to use? I'm not going to use that one. That's the wrong colour. That's for the dandelion. That's dandelion. So we've got a choice. We've got that one. I think I've already got it picked out which one I want to use. I want to use this one. Okay. So what I'm going to do is yeah, I did holes in there and put ribbons in. I've not done it with these ones. I'll leave that up to you. All you do is you just put a hole through, but don't put unless you want to fasten it together rather than do this and keep it together that way. But I just put a ribbon in the front one. So what I need to do is I need to get my glitter glue, the big one, and I can't do it with that one because that one's got a back on it. It's got to be this one. Okay, change of plan, but that will go in my daisy journal. It's just I don't want to. There is one way that I could put a hinge on there so that it flips out. There is a way of fixing it into a tag. There's always a way. If you just look at it and think about it, there's always a way of putting it in. Now, of course, I've not used this one for a while. It's clogged up a bit. There we are. There we are. So I'm just and do I want it on that page or do I want it on a... Oh, I like it on that one. Next to the... I think we'll have it on this one. And I'm having it at the edge of the page because I'm going to have a little tag tucked in there. And I'm just holding it down. Just enough for it to grip. And then what we can do is we can put our... I don't want to put too much in now because what happens is sometimes if you shove it in too far, it clogs up with the... But there we are. And that's how that would look there. And if you wanted, you could put a piece of paper, like hinge it in half, glue it onto there, and glue the other bit onto there so that it opened up like that. So you can still see the underneath. But that's basically how that goes. And that ribbon there keeps that down quite nicely. And then you've got your nice journaling spot. I will open it. So you've got your journaling spot that way. And you've got your journaling spot that way. And again, where the creases are on the... There you can see that I went over that the crease. If you go over the crease, you've got your journaling spot there. So that's everything. So that these are, I'm not quite sure what to call them. Accordion journal spot. I'll think of a name. By the time it's up, it'll have a name. It'll be something. It's not a, well, it is, you know, it's definitely an accordion style. So an accordion journal pad, tag scrap. See there, and the tails go up the way. I mean, you could even put another one of these in, you know, this little one. Fits in there quite nice, but then it makes it a little bit bulky. Because they've got papers inside, it does tend to make them a little bit bulky, but on their own, they are nice just to pop in a pocket. And if you do them like that, they're great for putting a little tag behind. But if I'd have thought I was putting it on that page. If I'd have realised, I would have glued it that way and had the tag coming out of that way. It doesn't matter. It's easy. It's fine. It really doesn't matter. So we're slowly getting through this journal, and then what I'll do is I'll do a flip through of 3 or 4 journals together. Journals don't seem to, there's not many people interested in flip throughs of journals, so I don't do them at the end of every journal anymore. I'll just do so many at once. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Bye.